Revolution on television, and then Siglo ng Kalinga in cinemas. Late 2023, the Balita Productions, toured David Pomeranz around the Philippines on the concert stage. Ngayon naman, mid-2024, partnership with Direk Cathy Garcia sa PANA, dun sa Give Me a Break, musics and singers naman on concert stage. And now, you have two new projects. Balik radyo kayo with Positibong Balita, and then under RMN, and now yung Plataporma together with the Manila Times. So sa lahat ng media platform, sakop nyo na. Is this planned or nagkataon lang?
Well, it's available. It's an opportunity. I have always been a communicator, being an educator. And I was on radio for the past 20 years of my life through DZMM. And social media, we have, sa Facebook now, I have now 1.4 million followers on Facebook. I have a silver button in YouTube. I have 3.5 million in TikTok. Sabi ko, sayang yung resources to be able to reach out. I write for the Manila Times every Friday. Plus, I have 200 branches with all very active social media engagements. And I think really the platform is social media. I have 15 million engagement in social media every week through my platform. Sabi ko, why don't I use this platform to educate the public about this upcoming elections? Kasi I am both a survivor and a victim of it. So being a survivor and a victim at the same time gives me a lot of insight into ano ba talagang dapat nating ipaabot sa Pilipino excuse me, para makapamili tayo ng tama. Maraming magagaling na kandidato, lahat naman qualified. Yung 66 are all qualified. The question is, sino bang pipiliin dapat ng Pilipino to complement yung 12 na nandun na? No? And that I take this as a responsibility. I'm very glad that the Manila Times took this as as an opportunity to also have their content for their live streaming platform and in their app. Magkakaroon kasi ng Manila Times app. And other channels are also reaching out to us already. Kailan ayoko kasi siyang magbibigay sa akin ng restrictions on the questions I ask. Ayoko siyang ilagay sa platform na i-edit out yung ayaw nilang marinig doon sa platform nila. Because this is taped as live. Okay? It will be taped as live, very clear. It's clear to the candidates that this will be taped and whatever they say cannot be edited anymore. It's just cut and paste to the platform that we will use. I don't want to be restrained here. Of course, we will be responsible. And this will be an in-depth conversation about really what matters. Hindi to pa-cute show na tatanong ako sino ang crush mo, di ba? Or anong ginagawa mo pagka nagpapahinga, hindi ganon. Usapan tong platforma and programa. I'm very glad that the first guest that we will have on Friday is Dr. Clarita Carlos. We had a shooting already. Wow! Explosive. Kasi with 58 years rather, teaching, a political scientist siya at that, ang issue dito is, ano bang criteria mo sa pipiliin dapat nating senador? And by the way, we will include the party list because very powerful ngayon ang party list considering na there is a potentially 55 seats in Congress who will be, uupuan ng taong binoto lang ng 300,000. You just need 350,000 or around that number to be a congressman. I got 5 million votes and I'm not a senator. Can you imagine that? If I run for party list, we will be 3 seats there automatically, given that. So in the spirit of our democracy, we want to understand better ano ba yung dynamics na yan. And Clarita Carlos gave us really, wow. Sabi ko sa inyo, panoorin nyo and you'll fall in love with her. Really, literally fall in love with her because of the love of country na meron siya sa puso niya as an educator and as a Filipino. Then nakapag-interview na ako ng isa pang kandidato. Today we'll interview 3. And while it's every Friday, we wrote to everyone. Sumulat kami sa lahat. Incumbent, mayaman, no? Mahirap, independent, may partido, wala. We all invite to them. At marami nang nag-respond, yung aling schedule nila will have to be fixed. Like today, from now to evening, we will have a shoot. So, very excited. Some of the people who are popular are actually coming in. And, yeah. This is for the love of country. Wala akong ibang sponsor. Of course, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce, Quezon City, where I am Chairman Emeritus, is co-presenting this kasi for the voters education program. Warm water, please. And nakakatuwa, sumulat kami sa mga academe kasi you know me, I'm into education. May mga partner universities ako and they're willing to actually share this in their social media platforms. And expect this to be viewed by young people, college students, young voters. Kasi by demographics, malaki sila. Kailangan magkaroon sila ng magandang dahilan para pumunta sa presinto at bumoto sa Mayo. When they make a command, pag nagising natin ang young voters at na-educate natin sila, they're so big that they can define the next set of leaders we will have in this country. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Sir, before we turn over to our press, recently nanalo kayo ng Mansmith Innovation Awards for Master Innovator. So before that, January this year, nanalo kayo sa Agora for Marketing Luminary, and then PFA, Franchise Excellence Award. Ito po ba yung part ng innovation nyo?
Yeah. Master Innovator, according to Mansmith, is a very prestigious award given by no less than the father of Philippine marketing, Josiah Go. And the judges here were really, very discerning people. Pag sinabi mo kasi innovation, parang iisipin mo technology to, invention to, pero kasi ang innovation ko is social purpose, which is actually the differentiator of the future. Pag sinabi natin social purpose, maniwala kayo, munting review center ko, nakapagpatayo kami ng masjid sa Mindanao. It's a little mosque. Nag-adapt kami ng Philippine Eagle. At ako pagyayabang ko sa inyo, isa kami sa unang nag-respond sa Naga. Nag-post lang ako, in 10 hours, we raised 140,000 pesos. Nakapagpakain kami ng 1,000 tao sa Naga, even if my people have to go to evacuation centers na ang dadaanan nila ay waist deep. Social purpose to us is, pag automatic sa review center ko, pag automatic tribal indigenous ka, Aita, Mangyan, scholar ka. Person with disability, scholar ka. Solo parent, discounted ka. Mga ganon. Latin honors, scholar ka. Why are we doing that? Because we just felt so blessed and we want to be a blessing to others. Pero the blessing that I can offer is not anymore to run as a candidate. Kasi I have to tell you, the journey I had was so, the journey I had as a candidate for the Senate is both fulfilling but somehow in the end is frustrating. Kasi if you look at the credentials, ako lang yung triple license professional na tumakbo. May doctoral degree ako, 2 pa. Plus, alam mo yun, yung ganung level of credentials. Tapos nakita yun naman sa mga debate dati, hindi talaga ako matatalo. Pero in the end, alam mo naman, the frustration is, I gave it all. And then, sabi ko, siguro, I don't belong there. I just want to do what I do best, which is educating people, which is advocating for change. And that's why I'm here.
Sir, nabanggit yung pagtakbo, no? May kinalaman ba itong programa na to doon sa pagtakbo niya bilang senador?
Ang dami kong inalam nung tatakbo ko eh. Hindi nyo lang alam, gabi-gabi noon may briefing ako sa iba-ibang experts. Because I really wanted to understand. Pero gusto ko masiguro na yung paghahandang ginawa ko ay makikita natin doon sa mga tumatakbo. In the sense na naiintindihan ba nila yung totoong problema ng Pilipinas? Yun eh. Gusto ko itanong yon at gusto ko ibandera sa publiko yon. Ito ba iboboto nyo? Alam ba niyang sagutin ang mga tanong na dapat tinatanong para sa isang senador? Ang puntos dito, ikaw ba senador para magbigay lang ng ayuda? Ikaw ba senador para mag-imbestiga lang? Huwag natin kakalimutan. Ang in-emphasize nga ni Dr. Claire is the treaties, you know, the international relations of this country is co-authored by the Senate. Masyadong malaking picture yon, masyadong maraming, ano yun, masyadong maraming implications sa buhay ni Juan de la Cruz. And we have to really look into what's between the two ears of these candidates and find out if they can really lead this country to the future that I want and we want for our children and the young people who are in command in terms of demographic variables for now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mga gusto niyo pong magtanong? Sino pong unang gustong magtanong?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. John Bueno from kumako.com. I'm a blogger. First off, I'd like to go back to your earlier answer about the frustrations that you're getting regarding losing the Senate run that you did. Can I ask, do you think that much of the election that we are doing is more so of a popularity contest rather than an ethical one?
Dalawa, popularity and capability to spend money. Popular is an advantage already, but being able to go out there, give t-shirts, you know, or even, you know, buy billboards, buy advertisements, very expensive advertisements, and some buy people. Buy people means hindi naman buy votes. I don't wanna be quoted on that, but buy people. People who will endorse you. People who will tell people that you should be voted upon. So, resources. Sa labanan, on the ground, talo na yung credentials mo kung hindi ka sikat. Kahit pang ganda ng plataforma mo. Talo yung galing mo at kakayanan mo ng TV ads na makikita ng millions in 30 seconds, which a lot of candidates cannot afford. And the big billboards that you can see around, and the tarpaulins, na halos lahat ng puno sa Pilipinas sinabitan na. Yun yung tatalo sa mga kandidato. And that's why yung munting tinig namin in social media, natin, in the social media especially, can actually be the game changer. Maraming magagaling na kailangan lang nilang makilala. So tutulong tayo. Para mag-level man lang yung playing field. At the end of the day, I'll tell you, I will not endorse a candidate. I will not come out there and say, this is my list. Even if I know that my 5 million voters will probably vote for those people I will endorse. But I'm not getting there. I'll just be a platform for people to be discerning about it. Yeah.
Aside from that, sir, what stops you from doing or running from Congress instead, since you mentioned that 5 million is significant enough to actually put 3 seats in Congress?
It's probably a matter of time, but not this time.
Okay.
I am not closing my doors to the future. But this election is going to be more of a rehearsal to what Filipinos have learned about the choices that they made, at least in the post-pandemic elections. And I can see lists of people na maganda yung options. So I want to be part of the preparation of that show where the Filipinos will be prepared to really choose well. I don't want to be part of the choices because if I am, then all I can say is about myself. This time, I will tell the people about who are running and how should you choose. In that way, I'll be a teacher who will not be in front as a sage at the stage, but I will be a guide by the side. I want to be the teacher that I am as a facilitator of decisions, of choices. And I think this is what I can do best for now. And mabigat ang laban na. Frankly, tingnan mo listahan. Marami dyan di pa patalo. At kilala nyo na sila. Pero that would mean we have to challenge. I'm not saying they don't deserve to win. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be a candidate. It's their right. But I'm just saying that let's all listen to them and make a decision. You know, critical thinking is, which I teach, which I mastered, is suspending your judgment until you have seen all the evidences so that you can choose the best one. In the case of the Senate, the best ones. But for now, the message is, let's all suspend judgment. Get the evidences. What can they do? What are they willing to do? What have they done as a proof of what they can actually do? And then that's when we sit down and be objective about making the right choices.
Aside from that, sir, currently I'm monitoring the U.S.
Election, as it happens now.
One of the demographics that really is, which surprises me, is like the uneducated white people. There's a certain demographic for that. Do you think there are uneducated Filipinos?
We have to define education because there are many who are schooled but not intelligent enough to make decisions. So I don't want to judge those who did not finish college or did not go to high school as people who cannot make decisions. Kasi may mga PhD pa nga hindi marunong mag-desisyon eh. To be honest. May mga license holders hindi marunong mag-desisyon. So ang sa akin, pero may mga quote-unquote uneducated who can make good decisions because they understand their own dynamics. Di sila nabili. Di sila nabayaran. So yun ang gusto nating hanapin. Pero nga, alam mo, may magandang lesson din si Dr. Clarita na bata pa yung demokrasya natin. Yung ibang bansa nga daw, nag-civil war pa para maayos yung bansa nila eh. So sa atin, we want to give the democracy a chance through the right pathway of public education and getting to know our choices so that we can actually choose better.
Are you also going to be doing like a discussion on the format that the elections that we have? Because in the US they have like two-party systems, and in the Philippines it's relatively like a lot.
If it is part of their platform, sa akin kasi dito, latag mo yung plataforma mo, pag-usapan natin. May pakinabang ba kami dyan sa sinasabi mo? Pero may challenge dito because I'm a scientist, I'm a researcher. I want data. Kaya mag-segment kami na data po sa amin. Huwag mo kong bulahin. Kasi pag sinabi mo sa akin ng edukasyon, baka tanungin kita ng anong alam mo, nabasa mo ba ang PISA findings ng Philippines? Nabasa mo ba ang Miss Education book ng EDCOM 2? Pag sinabi mong agriculture, baka tanungin kita ano bang average age ng farmers? Magkano ba ang cost of production ng 1 kilo of rice? I mean, I want intelligent people to prove that they're intelligent enough to lead. And they cannot just talk from opinion. Because in the world of science, opinion doesn't count. We want data. And that's the difference of the show. Sabi ng misis ko, pag napanood yung first episode namin ni Clarita, sabi niya, may gusto pa kayo mag-guest sa inyo. Kasi sabi niya, hindi kaya mabalatan sila ng buhay sa harapan mo. Especially when Dr. Clarita Carlos is here with me. Sabi ko, then that's their choice. But I will tell the world, I'll tell the entire country, in my ways, that I have invited all of them. So if they come here, then they may have not only the balls, but they may have what it takes to be facing the Filipino public. And I would like to ask those questions that matter. Kaya meron kami ditong Pilipinas. Pilipinoy. Pilipinoy. We ask questions from Pinoy, pinili randomization. Like we have 1,000 questions generated from social media and many platforms. And then randomly we choose questions from there and ask it to them. Thank you.
Will you obviously, since your data is, since the show is data driven, will you also be doing polls afterwards? Is that?
Yeah, but polls will not be reliable sample,
Uh-huh.
especially that we are not in the mainstream platform.
Mhm.
But certainly it will come later. There will be evolution of the program, as we face closer, as we get closer to the election time. And kung sino pa panood yung teaser of the first, maybe we can play it. Lando, can we?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Doctor.
Thank you. Candidates who I will interview this afternoon.
Okay.
Deep research. Yeah, meron ng ganun. Yes?
Question.
Yeah.
Carl, obviously, the last election showed us that there's no such thing as a solid middle class vote. Solid middle class vote,
Yeah.
wala yun nung last election. Kahit pa yung sankrekuang kabataan na sumali sa lahat ng pink rallies, it did not translate into numbers during the last election. So itong plataforma mo, don't you think it's about time na yung masa na talaga totoong bumoboto pag eleksyon mo ilapit at sila ang turuan tungkol kung paano talaga pumili ng boto? Kasi realistically speaking, I attended a forum in UP wherein a film kung paano nanalo ang isang Thailand group.
Yeah.
Pinakita doon sa Thailand, may youth vote, may ganun boto. Pero sa atin, pagdating ng eleksyon, yung youth vote, yung middle class vote, yung vote ng mga academe, yung vote ng nakatalo ng kung anumang puwersa. Pero ang masa, alas 6 pa lang nakapila na doon. Don't you think it's about to magkaroon ng paradigm shift? Yung masa naman ng turuan natin. Kasi sila talaga yung naniniwala na pag itong taong to, binoto mo, magbabago buhay ko. Matatanggal ang kahirapan, matatanggal ang traffic, bababa ang presyo, magmumura itlog, bababa ang bigas. Tapos ang middle class, bayad ng tax. Pero wala namang boses pagdating ng eleksyon. So, don't you think yun dapat ang turuan? Kasi yung sinasabi mong, we have the numbers of the youth, yes, but during election time, kagaya nga sinabi sa Dr. Clarita, hindi naman sila bumaboto,
Yeah.
tulog sila.
Actually, yun ang sagot niya sa tanong.
Diba? So, don't you think kailangan ang masa na?
Yeah.
Kasi every election time, lahat ng mga reporters dito, sasakay ka ng taxi. Ako, sabi mo yung taxi driver, ano ka sabi, sino ba boto mo? Si Marcos. Sino ba boto mo? Si Digong. They have this myth created in their head that these presidents have done, or these families have done good for the country. And I don't give hindi ako naniniwala that this is a young democracy. Pang-walong presidente na tayo, young democracy pa rin. And I don't think a civil war is needed for the masses to be educated. Yung masa kasi ang kailangan ma-realize na hindi po kami sinabi ni Kuya Will na babaguhin ko ang buhay na mahihirap, mababago. Binubura kasi ng mga totoong tumatakbo na batas ang ginagawa ng senador.
Correct.
Kauna-unahan, batas. Pero ang dami-dami ng batas dyan, pero hindi na i-implement ng maayos. So yun ang gusto kong tanong, ang plataforma ba, darating ang panahon na masa naman iuupo mo dyan at sila ang tuturuan mo sa sabihan?
Yeah.
Hindi na kasi, baka talino na yung mga taong guest mo, obviously. Alam na yung sasabihin. Pero sa akin, lahat ng masa, by the time pinapalabas ko ng Biyernes, it's either nagluluto sila, hinahabol nila kung paano susunod na kakainin, saan sila kukuha ng kabuhayan sa susunod na mga oras. Yun ang parang feeling ko na dapat pupuntahan na ganitong klaseng programa. Kaysa na naman yung mga youth of today and tayong mga bumoboto na alam nga natin gusto natin iboto, pero pagdating na eleksyon, Lahat tayo Olax.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that observation. Alam nyo, kaya nga tinatagalog namin yung show, number 1. Ang medium ko will be Tagalog. No. Tapos number 2, kaya tayo nasa social media. With all modesty, 200 branches ako. No, pwede kong i-boost sa lahat ng ano yan. And ang gagawin namin dito, sabi ko, tape us live, buo yun, pero eventually puputol-putulin namin yon for TikTok, for viral materials. So in other words, we have a strategy to reach out to that group. In fact, makikita mo, hindi ako magtatanong ng human, alam mo yun, yung human interest questions na para lang makuha ko yung attention. Pero lalagyan namin ng flavor. In fact, tama ka, ang sagot ni Dr. Clarita dun sa tanong na malaki ang demographics ng young. Sagot niya, oo, pero kung nag-Facebook ka, kung natulog ka, kaya yun ang talaga sagot niya. Kaya ngayon, tina-target ko yun, and you know, yan ang partnership. In fact, I have to tell you, sumulat ako sa Philippine Association of State Universities and Colleges because I need their endorsement. Pag nakuha ko yung endorsement at saka sa Association of Local Colleges and Universities, pag nakuha kong endorsement ng PASOK at ALCO, lahat ng Facebook ng lahat ng universities and student councils, lalabas ang programa natin. Ang laking bagay nun. Tapos tandaan ninyo, pwedeng i-require yan ng teacher. Lagi niyong panoorin tuwing Biyernes para makapamili kayo ng tama sa second sem. May game plan ako tungkol dito. And I'm talking to both state college and universities and local college and universities. Then I'll go to private. In fact, may kausap ako isang congregation na while they want to be apolitical, pero through their educational system, they can actually communicate it. Not to take sides, but to take it as a voter's education. May Rotary clubs akong kausap para matap din natin. Kasi alam nyo, kaya nga sabi ko, I'm the guide by the side. Kaya ayokong kumandidato ngayon. Kasi gusto kong kunin yung active role na yun. Na kung kinakailangan na maglagay ako ng LED wall sa isang barangay at ipalabas ko yung show doon para makita nila. Kaya lang, syempre, ilang kandidato? 66. Maski linggo-lingguhin ko yan, hindi ko mauubos, hindi ko matatapos. Kaya magkakaroon kami ng navigation in the future. Pero hindi ko gagawin kong palengke yung show para mag-away sila or magbangayan sila. Magpatalinuhan kayo. Yan ang gusto kong gawin. Gusto kong gawin yung actually, ito sasabihin ko sa inyo, review center ako eh. Alam nyo, yung janitor clerk nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, kailangan mag-take ng civil service exam. At alam nyo ba, yung civil service exam na yan, nung nakaraang board exam, 12% lang ang pumasa out of hundreds of thousands. Di ba nakakalungkot? Clerk ka lang, kailangan kong pumasa ng napakahirap na board exam, na civil service exam. Tapos yung mag-guide sa'yo, mag-lead sa'yo, may hawak ng pera. Wala kang requirement kung hindi able to read and write. Di ba malungkot? Now, yun ang role ko. At role nyo din. Because you're the media. No? Nakita natin nung last election, nakita nyo yung, hindi ko sinasabing, ayokong pag-usapan yung kulay ng politics noon. Because I was there. Kasi kung ako tatanungin nyo, the best choices doon, of course, alam nyo, yung kasama ko. Yung Pangulo ko, yung pangalawang Pangulo ko. At kung senador, hindi ko na, I won't even speak for the two others na kasama ko, pero I can speak for myself. Alam ko yung gagawin ko. In fact, may ibang senatorials ngayon, lumalapit sa akin to ask me, Carl, bigyan mo naman kami ng tip. Kasi kung napanood nyo ako na sa mga debates, alam nyo yun, in-interview nyo ako, hindi ako napapahiya sa mga tanong. Kahit paano itanong mo sa akin nun, masasagot kita ng may sustansya. Pero ngayon, mas gusto nating magkaroon ng ganong platform. Huwag kang mag-alala, mahaba-haba pa yung laban. Tulungan nyo ako.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question. Sabi mo kanina you're both a survivor and a victim. As a victim, what was the best morality take from that experience?
As a victim is optimism and never to give up. You know, it's a currency. Optimism is my currency. I love this country. Proof of that, isa yun yung proof, hinahanap ko dito. One question, sana huwag mo na mapakinggan ng aking mga future guests. Pero ang isang matinding question ko dito, anong patotoo mo na mahal mo ang Pilipinas? Patotoo mo. Anong nagawa mo? Sarap bang itanong, nasaan ka nung nakalubog ang naga? Anong naitulong mo sa mga nakalubog doon? Ano yung sarap tanongin na, no? As a victim, it's learning, it's holding on to that hope. I have all the credentials to be overseas. I could have, migrated abroad with my entire family. Pero I chose to stay because I love this country. This country is blessing, giving me a lot of blessings. Yun ang best lesson. Alam mo, yung the hope. Na kung sana, kung kailangan lang, kung kayo frustrated, kung kayo disappointed, ang dapat ituro sa inyo yun, hope. But that hope will bring you to your feet and make you make a decision to bring about something and to contribute to change. Be part of the solution. Yung ganun. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.